we had a situation where I was playing against another team, and the girl on the other side, there was a girl that, oh my goodness, I had such a crush on. She was just beautiful, and I said in my column, I said, in my mind, she probably just glowed, of beauty for a 15-year-old, and I said, then I tried to explain from a 15-year-old, now this has been 40 years ago, what was going through my mind as a geeky 15-year-old, as I was across the net from the girl, and then I described some of her attributes, and I think the problem, what folks have had a problem with, is the way I described her physique, her body, and I certainly didn't mean any disrespect or ill will or anything like that. I was just trying to show why a geeky 15-year-old boy thought this girl in particular stood out from the other girls, and she was a beauty and all that. So I described that and kind of went on, and in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have gone into the detail that I did. I made reference to a body part of hers that I didn't want to use vulgar terms or slang terms, and the words that I used in my column was to be tongue-in-cheek. But unfortunately, many people were offended by that, and I can certainly see that, and in hindsight, I said I feel like it was a mistake for me to use that description, and if I had it to do over again, which I won't do it over again, but I would never have used that descriptor. And I think that's what people are upset about, and to those people, all I can do is say, I made a mistake. There's no sugarcoating it. I goofed up, I made a mistake, I apologize, and I would hope that the people in Nashville would extend to me the measure of grace and forgiveness that they might seek if they themselves made a mistake. It's something that I've learned from, and I certainly will never repeat that again.
So parents have expressed concerns about you talking about a 15-year-old girl's body, and how would you address those concerns?
Well, I guess what I would say is, I guess I was talking about a 15-year-old girl's body, but it was a 15-year-old girl from 40 years ago when I was 15 years old. And so certainly not today. The kids at our high school to me are kids, and I respect them and care about them, and they're great kids. I have a great relationship with them, and I certainly wouldn't want parents to think that some old man like me would ever look at their child that way. That's absolutely couldn't be further from the truth. Like I said, the difference is this was a 15-year-old from 40 years ago that I was talking about. I got into education after having a little bit of a career. 7 years I spent in community mental health, and what I was seeing in community mental health were people who had made wrong decisions about especially drug and alcohol use and abuse, and after doing that for about 7 years, I saw so much of these people wasting their lives, and I would see them more toward the end of their lives, and I thought, with education, maybe I can get in on the early part of their life, and maybe I can help them or do something so that they may not go down that road that I saw in community mental health, where people had wasted their life. And so that's really why I got into it. I love helping the kids, and I try to help them what I can.